Good morning. My name is Angelina Carlton. I'm the founder of Legacy Planning, a boutique coaching and advisory firm based in Beverly Hills, California. This morning, I have the pleasure of introducing my good friend and associate, Silvana Mariel Munoz. She is the founder and chief executive officer of Family Business Global Movement, as well as Next Gen Global Movement, as well as her own branding company. She is also a multicultural executive for family businesses as a coach and mentor. She's also an international speaker both online as well as on stage. Furthermore, she is a facilitator to teams as well as to masterminds. So, without further ado, I would like to welcome Silvana.
Thank you so much, Angelina, and have a good day to the audience. It's a real pleasure to me to be here. Finally, we have been together in this interview, and really, it's amazing to be here and share with you this time. So, thank you for the invitation.
Thank you so much. And you've been quite an inspiration to me. So I look forward to what you will share during this time that we'll converse about the subject of legacy. And also, I understand you're a podcaster, an author, a multicultural engineer. You have plans to move to Dubai. So I think this is a good time to catch you right when you're in the middle of many different goals and projects.
Yes, yes, indeed. I feel the same. So I'm inspiration, and I have a lot of inspiration for yourself too. And I love to discuss about this topic that is so rich, no, in itself.
Yes.
So thank you.
And you're coming to us today from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Is that right?
Yes, from Luján.
Eh,
Luján is 70 kilometers away from the capital city. It's known by the cathedral. We have a huge cathedral, like a Notre Dame cathedral. You can Google, and it's a known city, and a small city, but it's a known city.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so you said to me that you love the topic of legacy because we are in this world for this word, for this topic, and
Yes.
especially to leave a legacy as a byproduct of our life. So, what do you think is possible if and when more people wake up to the positive potential in what they can create?
Yes, we need to say first, think first, no? Because what we are thinking about and what we are talking about when we say legacy, and is it the same that inheritance or heritage? We need to do a difference, no? Because we surely figure different ones as much as people and person we are, right? It is about economic legacy, it is philanthropic, behavioral, inspirational. Which one? Maybe one of these, maybe all of these, or maybe another one that you can define from yourself. But what we can do is to discuss for a long time about legacy, yes, because it's an amazing topic and it's an strategical topic now for family business, and I think that for human beings in general. So what I'm sure is that every one of us has a legacy to leave to the world. Yes, it just need to be good for me, good for you, and good for everyone, good for the world. This is a Arab proverb that define the legacy or something that you do daily that must be good for everyone. Yes, to have sense. So I say that everyone has a story to go beyond and to share to the world. Everyone has a purpose, even when we don't know that we have a purpose, yes, on life. We have a mission and we have a something to leave to the world and to others. Where I say that, or how I feel the legacy is something that we can live and we can live, yes, with other and to others, from our soul message. For me, it's a contribution, it's a message that we can give to others and can involve all the others ways to think the legacy. Yes, you can
Right.
leave an economical legacy, but in the deeper, in the not in the surface, in the deeper part of this legacy, there is a message. yes, of the founder, of the grandmother, the grandparents, and even in the DNA, we have a legacy, a hidden legacy that sometimes we don't know about it. So the real question is to know if it is about a legacy to leave when we pass away, when directly with our death, or if it is about a legacy that we can live daily and share daily from the different details, from the minimum details that you can have with others. Yes, a word, an attitude, uh, everything that reflects your legacy message. So the idea is to go through this journey, yes, because I think that, for example, in family business and in families in itself, sometimes we receive a legacy as a inheritance that is a heavy legacy, yes. So we can define good legacy and no good legacy in terms of sometimes it's a mandate and something that we receive that we need to get and to do sustainable in the time. And sometimes we don't want to do that. Yes, it happened with some of the members of the family members that maybe have a inheritance, a legacy, whatever you want to name this. Sometimes they don't know why they should do that. They just receive it. Yes. For example, to be the son or the grandson of someone is a legacy too. Yes, depending on the reputation of this legacy, because the legacy is a reputation too. You can feel like something that is good for you or something that is a heavy luggage for you. Yes, and that you need to go beyond. You have made me some question last time when we were talking about, and you told me about my parents, if they leave me a business legacy, or what can I define as legacy from my family. And I was thinking about this, and maybe it's not about business because I'm not a family business member, but I think that the best legacy that they are leaving me and we are living, yes, now that we are all together and alive, is about our name, our trust with person, our journey, specifically from my parents, that they have built a reputation that when I say I'm the daughter of, they say, don't worry, I know your daddy. Don't worry, I know your mom. Yes,
Yes.
I trust on them. And for me, this is the best legacy I can receive from them. Sorry. Or sometimes the legacy are in terms of skills that we receive. Yes, I have some skills from my grandmother since I was very child. That is, for example, to do crochet. Yes, but it's a
Right.
legacy because it has patience in the deeply side. I have been working with her my patience, my way to build my own life, yes, with the wool, with the patterns. So this is something that all the women of the family have as a gift, an unconsciously gift, no? Because sometimes the legacy is unconscious and sometimes the legacy is planned. So we need to define this when we talk and we work with the family members or with ourselves. Uh, I'm I'm really sure that we need to work on our own legacy because it's for me, no? For me is what gives sense to my life every day, and it's the tool that allows me to face the challenges of the life or the hard time of the life. That's what I say to you. It's a topic that I love to talk about because I'm my legacy.
Yes, and you're
Uh,
owning that in personal agency.
yes, I'm my legacy, and I think that is the the nice the most beautiful thing that I can leave to others. But no, when I pass away from today, day by day, yes. So this is part of my idea. We
And I
can
think I
develop.
think it's wonderful how conscious you are of it, your awareness of it. So it's being intentionally created, and also the words that you've given to it are both broad as well as very deep. So I think it communicates the idea to the viewer, to the listener, of what is possible. So both if they come from a family business and if they don't, that again, it's the things that are both tangible as well as intangible that are brought to us, both the wonderful things, the
Yes.
heavy things, and the inner work that we have to do, either to continue the good thing or to overcome the heavy thing.
Yes. And I believe that is a contribution. The legacy is a contribution. No, it's something that uh, have an impact on others. And this is why I believe that is so important to be conscious of your legacy, of what are you living and what are you living with others daily, because it's the way they are going to remember you, and not just when you pass away. It's the your identity card, and if someone cross your way just one day and you inspire them to have a smile or a positive message, is part of your legacy. Yes, they are going to remember you that way, on that way. So for me is uh, now that I'm 52 years old, I'm more conscious, and I think that is the bigger gift I can leave to others. Yes, and I can share with others. And all my activities, all my shops, my works are all pivoting on this essence. Yes, and I have some a film. It was an entrepreneurship that I had 15 years ago that was called Legados, Dejando Huellas. It means, this is in Spanish, but in English is legacy, leaving footprints. Yes, leaving footprints. Um, this is because I have been crafting artisany and some customized gift for people, where I thought for each person that received this gift, yes, what was their hobbies, their skills, the avatar they had, and what they would like to receive from other, yes, or from the person that give this. I have the logo that was one person giving something to other, because it's a gift of time, a gift of thinking about what could be fine for this person. It's just a shared time, no? Yes.
Yes,
When I
yes.
think about legacy, I think it as a contribution, yes, as an intentional gift with impact. So, as I say you earlier, should be something good for me, good for you, good for everyone. Yes, good for the world. And I had a project that was some customized gift, and I did a lot for people, for customers that I had in some clients in my store. And it was when I was entrepreneur, and I love to do craft things and craft gift. So we joined with the person that want to do the gift to other, and we thought about what could be fine to receive, or give me some ideas about the person that is going to receive it, so we can build together or craft together the gift for these people. And Legados, Dejando Huellas, was the name of this trademark, yes? Legados, Dejando Huellas is in Spanish the same that leaving your footprints. Leaving your footprints. This is my essence, as person, as professionally talking, yes, professionally talking. So now what I'm doing is running and developing some project with Next Chance and with family business sector too, to leave them my own legacy and to live together our legacy to the world. What it means. I think that the best gift I could give to them and to the world is to help the next generation to build their own journey, to have all the resources for build their own careers and their own future. And that's why I create Next Chance Global Movement, and the slogan is all together, the future in movement. Yes? And my idea is to work with them about how to get involved in their legacy, yes, in their family business legacy and family offices legacy too. What they need as resources to build with their family their legacy. Is like I love to say, this is the best time to write and rewrite the best storytelling to leave as legacy to the next generations, to the future generations. Yes. Now is the big question: is to live or to live for live? Yes.
Right. Yes. To live or to leave.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And I think that what could make the difference in this is the fact that all together they can write and rewrite the founder legacy, because when we talk about legacy, we are talking sometimes about the founder legacy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not the whole family legacy. And I think that this could make the difference, is to learn to work together as team, is to write together this legacy, because when you build and write together, you have the legacy on the skin, yes, as a tattoo, I say.
Yes.
You don't need to remember what is our legacy or what is our commitment with this. We live daily, yes, and we discuss the legacy. And when I say we discuss the legacies, I'm talking about how we want to be remembered. I don't know, 50 years ahead, 100 years ahead, as a family and as business or brand. Yes, what is the message that we want to give to the world from our branding, from our family, or from our team? Yes, and this is the challenge. I think that this is the bigger challenge that they have as family. Yes, because they are dynamic. The world is dynamic, and the life is dynamic, and maybe the legacy that the founder want to leave is not the same that the family is going to live. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I talk about recipes. Each family has their own recipe. Sometimes what they just need to do is to adapt or to innovate this recipe, because in the recipe it's the legacy hidden. Yes. And they know to put on the surface this legacy, what we are talking about in our family when we talk about legacy. So, well, this is more or less the idea, the concept, yes?
Yes.
But what we need is to inspire others to be happy the way they want to be. And in the family business too, inside the legacy, how we can be happy, yes, individually and as family in this journey.
Yes.
And sometimes we need to go beyond our own frontiers and our own minds to get it, to achieve this. Yes.
Very good. Very good. I totally, completely agree. Thank you. And one of the reasons why I wanted you to speak, and this has kind of been 6 months in the making, is because you have such a depth of knowledge regarding the value that advisors and coaches can bring with their resources, that these families are not alone if they find themselves at a crossroads or at a struggle of how do they reinvent themselves, or how do they bring the story to relevant times to life today compared to, maybe when it first started, to make it more relatable today as the next generation Z and millennials come forward.
Yes, I think that the first thing that we can do as coaches, as consultants, advisors, mentors, whatever, is to inspire them to find their own recipe. First, to know their own recipe, and then to find what are the ingredients that belong to this family. Yes, because we have all the same ingredients to cook the best meal. Yes, and the most tasted and flavor and smelling
Right.
meal.
Right.
But the way we put the way and the amount we put of each ingredient, when I say ingredient metaphorically, I'm talking about values, I'm talking about the structure, the system, the dynamics, yes, all that is inside the family business. As human beings, we have the same problems. The way we resolve this, or we face the challenges, are inside the hidden legacy or the culture too. Yes. So these are the things that make the difference between one recipe and the other recipe. And that's why I say that the professionals can't and shouldn't give recipe to the families, because they have the recipe. They just need to know it, to find it, and to give value to the recipe. What we can do is to help them to see all the resources they can use for do an endless recipe through the generations. Yes, how we can improve this recipe, how we can innovate this, keeping the essence of the recipe.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Because a recipe is a paradigm too. And this is why I say that sometimes the recipes are a heavy recipe. Yes, are a heavy legacy.
Yes. Yes.
Because sometimes we do this recipe, we cook the meal in a certain way, and we don't know why. We just receive.
Yes.
Yes. There is a joke about the way we can cook a meat, but well, it's not now. No, it's not for now. But it was just the way the grandmother said to the mother and then to the grandson, and they say, "Oh no, I don't know why I cook this way this meat. It's just because my grandmother said to me, or because she used a certain recipient, and we just use the same, but we didn't realize that we can change and innovate this. And the ways to think, the way of thinking, being, and doing is a legacy too.
Yes.
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 And we need sometimes to put on the table and to be available to talk about this, because sometimes the unsaid is a legacy too.
All of it. Yes. Yes.
Yes, the
And
unsaid.
being aware of that full circle of how all of those details matter. Yes.
Yes. Each day matters. Yes, but we need to open the game to the next generations to talk about this recipe, or to talk about this legacy, to make sense to the future, because the world is dynamic, the market is dynamic, the human beings need are dynamics too, and we need to adapt. Yes. So as professionals, what we can do is to be a guide for them, to build and to think about, to figure out about what are or how they are going to be remembered in some years ahead, yes, or forward, and what they need to achieve this.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So it's a very conscious process. And I love that you want to empower your clients and empower the family, so that it's not the consultant or the advisor coming in and putting, like the
No,
framework on them,
no,
Yes.
it's not
It's
my
a,
way. It's not
it's,
my way.
yes, it's collaborative.
Yes, it's collaborative, and I love to see them, working on it, and when they can standing up, even when they are not going to live 50 years ahead, yes, because we are not going to be alive in 100 years, but playing to be in the future, yes, or imagine the future or figure out the future, can help them to find the strategies that could help to anticipate, asking them, what if? What if our fourth generation ahead um, should should face X challenge? Yes.
Right. Right.
Can we imagine the future, the future tools, the future resources, the future markets, the future technology? And when you go beyond the present, you can find another ways to give and live a richer legacy. Yes, the richer legacy. Sometimes we need to reinforce the DNA resources that we have and we don't know that we have, and sometimes we need to neutralize this. Yes.
Yeah.
Neutralize some skills or some bad behaviors that we have in the family business. For example, when we have that there are some unsaid things, but we don't speak about this. I say the unsaid is an unsaid issue, yes, because it's closed and it's not allowed to open this. And sometimes for give and for leave a good legacy, we need to open this. And this is
Yes.
the way I love to work with the people, not just the family, the family members, with the human being in itself, because we need to feel free that we can contribute from our part. Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you. That we are part of a big puzzle, and our piece is so important as to contribute. Yes. So I think that this is the best way to live in our legacy that we are going to live. It seems like a wordplay, no?
I
But
yes, I just wanted to highlight how much I like that you are willing to explore both the good stuff as well as the not so good stuff. Because sometimes people would like to sweep that underneath the carpet, and that those things are a part of the journey, they're a part of the identity, they're a part of the legacy, all of those lessons and experiences, and it makes us more human compared to less human in understanding, the reasons behind it, or the character that it builds, and so on and so forth.
yes, yes. Maybe I'm talking about the legacy in a deeply way, no? Because it's the way I feel this. With this, I'm not avoiding the economical legacy or the philanthropical legacy or philanthropic legacy or the inheritance, the how can I explain? I think that you have physical legacy and you have a emotional legacy, no?
Right,
A sort
right.
of emotional legacy, the emotional property too.
Yes,
And I think that the legacy for me is more an emotional property than the physical property. Yes,
right.
and we can call the global legacy, the global legacy known as the world legacies, if it is the full legacy, the whole legacy we can leave to others. Maybe some people could leave a business legacy, economical legacy, and it's okay, and it's part of their legacy. Yes, but for me, it's the message we can leave to others, and we can share to others.
Wonderful, beautiful. I like again, how you had used that phrase emotional property, because I think
Yes,
sometimes we can think of a legacy as tangible property, or the financial
yes,
portfolio, and we can forget about the equal value that the intangible emotional gifts bring, from both the skills or the
yes. This is
lessons. Please go ahead.
this is one this is one of the things that I usually ask to the family business and to the family members. Yes, is how do you live every day in coherence with your thought. Yes, because sometimes we declaim that we are living a legacy, but then daily the emotional property that we are building is not coherent.
Sure, we
Yes,
say one thing and we do another.
yes. So yes, it's that way. And if I have in mind some of the best CEOs or some of the best members that love and have passion about their business. Yes,
Mhm.
um, it's because they catch it since they was very child. I mean, they were with their grandfather or their grandmother, um, enjoying the business, even in a simple talk. Yes, um, who is going to want a legacy that is a sacrifice? Who is going to live to receive a legacy or a inheritance that it's a heavy luggage? Yes, if the founder is every day talking about his film as a heavy thing to do, as a sacrifice, as a problem, as I do this for your future, yes, uh,
Hashtag guilt. Yes.
as a suffer, yes, but
Yeah.
then they can live with the film because they are the film.
Yeah.
The film is their identity too,
And
and this is the controversy.
yes, and that mindset is a part of that emotional property that can get passed on,
Yes,
whether
yes,
it's
yes,
intentional or unintentional.
yes. And when I say emotional property, I mean that is something that you receive without intention. Yes, you just live the legacy since you are very child. For example, I have been working with farmers for a long time, 20 years now. Some of the next gens has the challenge to leave the farm and go to the city and move to the city and stay on the farm and follow the business. So some of them just go to the farm when they were very child, visiting and enjoying the weekend. Others live every day on the farm, yes, in the farm, and learned the activities just playing, just kidding with their siblings, yes,
Right. Being
and
immersed in that moment.
yes, and this is why I say this is a emotional property. Yes, it's something that you receive as a property too. You are owner, you are owner or shareholder, you are the founder, you are a member of the family business, or you are an employee. Yes, even when you are a member. So the emotional property for me is the four part, yes, or the four leg of the table.
Yes.
And sometimes we are not coherent. I saw a lot of family business founders and members that say, yes, I want that my son or my daughter follow my business, but then daily give message again this. Yes,
Yes. That's where the words and the actions might not always align.
yes, yes, yes,
Yes. Or the
yes,
values might not also align with the actions.
yes. Just talk about this, but
Right.
we don't live this as
Correct.
well.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
So uh, I'm trying now to work all these things with the family business global movement and the next gen global movement, collaborating with the different uh, professionals that are talking in these subjects and this topic too. So we are working together, helping the family business to build their legacy. The next gen global movement that I told you earlier is to prepare them to live their legacy. Yes,
And to equip them. Yeah.
yes, yes. And what I'm doing in this, I'm building the dream team, but it's not just from next sense of family members. Yes, as family members, they are participating to some entrepreneurs, some future consultants, coaches, and advisors. I did researchers, prof. Um, it's like the future working together today for the future. Yes,
Yes.
the future side of the business. So it's very nice to listen them. What are the challenges they have? Some of the CEOs, some of the members are CEOs of the family business and family offices, and it's amazing to listen them how they get involved, how they could get involved in their own family business because the trust of their parents, yes, and how they live their legacy when they were very child. This is an example of emotional property.
Very nice. Very nice. And I look forward to seeing what you will build, given your breadth of knowledge and experience from the past 20, 30 plus years of working with family businesses and across not just, one continent and time zone, but many.
Yes, and now I'm working in the different countries. I'm collaborating a lot with different countries, with universities, with service, with well, different activities with congresses and conferences, and it's just to give my point of view about the global market and the global needs that I can see. Yes.
And also to offer this as an educational resource to family businesses and next gens who are out there when this wasn't covered in perhaps the undergraduate or graduate programs, or as a part of the conscious conversation with local chambers of commerce or other meeting places where people gather and converse. Right. How can wealth managers and advisors, family business consultants, work best together in service to family businesses?
Yes. What I find rich, yes, for everyone is to work in a collaborating way as a team too, because we are not competitors. We There is a space for everyone. There is a client for everyone, and if we can work and go together, yes, we can give better questions and answers or resources to help them to build their own recipe that we were talking earlier. Yes.
Yes, yes.
I say that we have now the whole answers or resources in one person, just in one person. So we need to have more perspective, more experiences, more challenges, and more strategies sharing with other minds. Yes, I have 20 years of experience working in peer-to-peer groups of farmers, and it was amazing, even between the facilitators, to work all together. Yes, because you can have a problem or a challenge to resolve or to face, and if you think just alone in your own mind, you are going to find the same solutions because you are in your paradigm. When you work with others, you can have more perspective, you can have an optional sample, yes, of the different solutions that you can have. Or someone of the people that is in the group or is in the team can share you the same experience that they can have earlier, yes.
Yeah, that they've gone through.
Yes, and they can give you this, and you can earn time in the resolution. Yes.
Yeah.
So as professionals, we need to work all together, and because it's not about ourselves, it's not about our ego, it's about the family, the clients. Yes, and if we can give more resources to resolve earlier or quicker, in a quicker way, it's better for them and it's better for us.
So that
And
so
and if we, yes, sorry.
oh, I was just going to add to what you were saying. So then that collaborative brainstorming is just exponentially beneficial.
Yes, yes, and go beyond the ego, no, because we are all part of a huge puzzle, as I love to say. And for example, I'm not a wealth management expertise. I'm not a financial expert. Yes, but I'm working with companies that are expert on this. So I have been doing some partnerships, and I love to do partnerships or alliances in that way, to have most and more resources to offer, or a portfolio to offer to the clients. Or maybe I'm not an expert, I don't know which topic could be, no, but maybe in law
Right.
or in, yes, or whatever, and I can talk about this, but I'm not an expert. So I can have some alliance with or a partnership with someone that is on the cream, yes, and give the better thing.
In the
So
break,
it's
in the
the better
masterminds.
contribution.
Yeah.
Yes, in the masterminds. Yes, yes, yes. So the best thing is to have trusted relationships between professionals too, because it's more sustainable the work and the contribution to do others. Yes.
Yes. And uh, what are your thoughts about women in family business?
Yes.
As also, I see you as a pioneer, changing the conversations around this space because you're willing to bring this topic to the conscious forefront.
Yes, yes. I'm a woman that have been working in a man world
Male
now.
dominated, yes.
As agricultural engineer, I have I have built my own spaces in farmer sector. Now I'm open to all the sectors, but what I always have in mind was to work together with men. No, not to be a competitor. Um, what I have created is a concept that is called we men, but with the W and the M letter in capital, because it's a concept that includes men in women. Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes. For me, it's not a fight between women and men. For me, it's a joint construction where we go beyond men and we go beyond women, and we think and be all together, building or doing shorter the gap. Yes, I'm not a feminist. I'm not a machist lady. I'm more humanist. I say I'm more
yes,
humanist
yes,
because I believe in the mutual collaborations, in the mutual growth, no gaps. I don't want, because if we go um, all for the women now, there is another new gap that is what's about men. So it's a subjective
sure.
yes
It's
concept,
make
and I know that some people don't like it, but well, it's my legacy.
yes.
So
So what you're talking about is creating
uh,
symmetrical partnerships.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
because neurologically we are different. Yes, in our DNA we are different, so we need to accept the difference. Is this we are not going to be equal in this way. We have difference and we need to accept the diversity and make more enricher one each other from this difference. Um, what I what I have been doing and I'm working on is about a global interactive ebook that I'm writing with 200 collaborators and protagonists from 50 countries, and it's about this: is how just women is the title, yes, but with this concept, and
yes,
how um, uh, how the own culture, the family business culture, and the regional culture impact in the women and men involvement, yes, or incorporation, and in their performance. And I have protagonists and collaborators that are women and men, because I love to know the both perspectives, how they live this topic or this reality, because it's no a topic, it's a reality. No, with COVID-19, there have been a lot of dynamics changes um, of the system in itself, because I have did a little quiz. I remember when the COVID started, and about if the role of the women have changed, if it was an increased one, and lower one, or if it keeps it kept in the same level, no? And I remember that there were 65% that increased their roles, yes, or their involvement in the family business. The 35% keep the same, and the 7% was a new one or start to get involved. So this was the reason that I have the idea to write this ebook, and I have been experienced amazing stories and amazing ways, yes, doing that, because I can know the different cultures with their own limits and their own improvement too, and adaptations to the new normality, that I don't like to say the new normality. I love to say the new equilibrium, because
Okay.
we need to find the equilibrium, no?
And
It's
keep it
no
balanced.
normality. A
Yeah.
balance, yes,
Yeah.
equilibrium, a
Yeah.
balance. So this is the idea, to help them having an input of this ebook, to help them in the future to go through their road in the family business and family offices. What are their needs? What are their needings? What are their feelings? What are their challenges? What are their frustrations too?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
how we can, yes, and how we can help them with the collaborators that are all expertise in this new way, no? In this new journey. So this is the idea and the project.
I think that there are some beautiful projects that you're working on, from your ebooks to your vision about bringing different family businesses together and advisors, and making it, as you use the word, equilibrium, so that everybody brings their voice and they share their stories, their challenges, their remedies, so that there's more transparency, so that people can be equipped and empowered. So I think it's a fantastic
Yes.
legacy that you're personally building. I can imagine how happy it makes you. And so, for a final question, what values do you get to honor? Let's say your top 3 values as you build this, knowing what you now know
Uh,
today.
yes. The 3 values, I think that is patience, passion, love, and I need to say more, resilience,
Okay.
and trust.
Mm, okay.
Yes, and courage
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Courage. And I think that are and commitment too. Commitment, because they are all in relation, and they are all as a chain, no?
Yes.
I feel that they are all hand by hand, one to other, these values. Um, yes, love, passion, patience, resilience, commitment, and trust. And the slogans that I have choose for my both big projects, Family Business Global Movement and brand, the Silvana Mariel Munoz branding, are about this. One is all together, always in movement. Yes, for me the word movement is not about activism. It's not about this, because some people relate the movement with this sort of
Definition.
acception of definition.
Yeah.
For me, it's movement because the legacy, the family, the world, the life is dynamic, and we need to adapt. Yes, and we
Right.
can't alone.
Right.
We can't alone. Yes. And the other slogan of Silvana Mariel Munoz branding is beyond my own word, the word,
Right.
with
Right.
capital letter. Yes, if
Right.
I can go beyond my own limits, my own mind, my own ego,
And comfort
that
zone
is
and
one
bubble.
of the topic
Yes.
in the
Yes.
human being and in the family business. If we can go beyond this, we can achieve what we want to achieve, and we can achieve to be happy too, because I think that we are here in the life to be happy, and sometimes we are not, because our ego is higher and heavier than our soul. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that when we go through our soul message, and this is a philanthropic a
Yeah.
philanthropic legacy, but when you get older you realize that this is the thing that make me feel happy and in peaceful and in peace. Yes. And this is maybe what could be an inspiration to others to find their own legacy and their own feeling of peace, passion, and happiness. Yes. Because this is a mirror then. You reflect as a mirror to the other, to others, yes, what you believe, and this is the difference between living and living.
Yes. 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 We have to live it
You are your
now.
legacy.
Yes.
Then you are your legacy. Yes, you don't need to say this is my legacy. You are your legacy.
Yes. When we live it fully and completely, and yeah, and we embody
Yes,
it and embrace it.
even when you are not completely. Yes, in coaching we say completely without the completely. We say completely even when we are not complete.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, is even when we don't have all that we need, we feel happy. Even when we are passing through hard times, we need to feel happy. It's it's hard. It's no easy. Yes, but it's the thing that gives sense to your life. And I can share this because I have been happy. I have been passing through hard times this year, and I think that my legacy dream, yes, is the tool or the motivation to keep moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is what I think that is the what make me sense.
Beautiful.
More than the money, more than because the money goes, come, flows, yes, but sometimes you can have the whole money, a fortune, but you are not happy living each day. And some
Yeah.
family business has this, no? We
Right.
have a fortune, but we are with conflicts, and we have no things to share or time to share.
Right.
If you don't have time to share, how you are going to live an emotional property?
Yes. Good.
More coffees, more teas together, more meals, just thinking and talking about life and dreams and expectations and feelings. Yes,
Right.
this is one of the things that, as coach, I suggest them to, and I ask them, how much time do you get for a coffee with your next gen or with your son? Yes, just talking about their dreams.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no, well, this is the way you are going to get involved them. If you don't show interest by themselves, how do you want to receive an interest from them, no?
Mhm.
So this is the gift I just give to others.
Wonderful. And I think that you've brought just a lovely presentation of what is possible, what needs to be talked about, and also what is available. So thank you so much, Silvana. I'm inspired by your work. I'm inspired by the you have the mind of an engineer, so you're thinking through all the different aspects. And I really just appreciate the respect that you're giving to this subject and how you're bringing it to the marketplace, whether it's from your relationships in the Middle East to your relationships in South America. It's raising the vibration and the commitment, the standard of what is possible in this area. Because when we give words to something, it again comes into our consciousness. It's not just something that is that's in the background or that stays in the background. It is something that you said we have to live it now so that we can leave it. And I think that you're you're definitely bringing a way for us to live it now. And I appreciate the language that you're bringing to it and the words and the emotion and the intention all around it.
Yes, thank you so much. Really, I'm now working with the next chance of all around the world, um, creating and building this global movement of next chance. And they are about the whole cultures worthwhile. And I'm feeling this, no? I'm feeling that we are living and living a legacy. So it's amazing because it's a mutual learning. I have a lot of things to teach, not to teach, to share and to
Mm-hmm.
transfer, and a lot of things to learn about from them. And on the other side, the same, no? And you say something that is about that I give a global perspective. I always think systemically. I live systemically. For me, all is in relation. Nothing is casual but causal too. No.
Yes.
So you are invited to be part of this next gen global movement too, because I want you work on legacy and you are going to contribute a lot, and we can join and we can build uh, higher things, yes, bigger
Yes.
things. So I appreciate a lot this opportunity. We finally have done, and well, here we are together in the way to give more than we can give uh, individually.
Yes.
So a pleasure. Thank you so much, Angelina.
Thank you. And on that note, please like and subscribe and share with your friends and family. And thank you so much, Silvana, for your time and thought leadership.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.